look at this question related to weight indexation. So here we're given our Phillips curve equation. Let's see. So we're told the Phillips curve equation is pi t minus pi et is 0.1 minus 2 ut, right? This is the Phillips curve equation given to us where we're told that pi et is equal to pi t minus 1. So we're assuming that expected inflation is equal to last year's inflation. So in this case, our PC, we can rewrite it as this, right? So we can write our Phillips curve as pi t. Inside of pi t, I can write pi t minus 1 is 0.1 minus 2 ut. So this is essentially the modified PC, right? So this is modified PC, right? So this is the modified Phillips curve where we assume that expected inflation is equal to last year's inflation. Now the question tells us that in year T, the central bank decides here, it tells us the central bank decides to keep the unemployment rate at 4% below UN is 5% forever. So now UT is kept at 4%. Below UN is 5%, which over the natural rate of unemployment is 5% forever, right? So we're told that UT is equal to 4% is equal to UT plus 1 is equal to UT plus 2, so on. I'm sorry. What is wrong with this? Right. Okay, so right, so let's okay, so this we have figured it out. So this is UT is equal to 4%, right? And so on. Right, so this is essentially constant, right? So this is constant. So UT is kept at 4% below UN is equal to, UN is equal to 5%. Right? So the PC, so the Phillips curve equation becomes pi t. So we can simplify the equation as pi t, this was pi t minus pi t minus 1 is equal to, we have 0.1 minus 2 instead of ut, I can write 4%. Right? Because like we discussed, ut kept at 4%, below UN is 5% every year, right? So we can simplify the Phillips curve equation because like we know, okay, the unemployment UT is kept at 4%, below UN is 5% forever, right? So this is true for UT plus 1, UT plus 2, and so on. So now if we look at this, let's go a little down. Right, so we can go a little down now. Right, so going back to this, so I'm sorry, so PC, so then what we can write this as pi t minus 1 is equal to 2%, or I can write this as pi t is equal to pi t minus 1 plus 2%, right? So note over here, note inflation increases by 2 percentage points every year in this case. If UT is maintained at 4%, below UN is 5% forever. Right, so if we go a little down, what we see here is right, so we can see over here is that based on this, I know basically what we know over here is this is the key, right? We know okay, inflation increases by 2 percentage points every year, right? So from here we can see that pi t plus 1 is just going to be equal to p. If I forward this by one period, is equal to pi t plus 2%, right? And we know pi t plus 2 would be equal to, if we forward this by one period, pi t plus 1 plus 2%. And then if we further forward this, then this would be pi t plus 3 is equal to pi t plus 2 plus 2%, right? So now the question we're given, the pi t plus 1 is 0, and asking us to find inflation in, like if we just go back to the question a minute. So like we were told that compute the rate of inflation for year t plus 1, t plus 2, and t plus 3, and we are given that inflation in year t plus 1 is 0, right? So going a little down, what we see is that now we're given pi t plus 1 is 0, and we note from above, that inflation each year is 2 percentage points higher than previous year. Right, so if inflation in year t plus 1 is 0, so we know in year t it must be minus 2% because it goes up by 2% every year, right? So, because this we know is plus 2%, right? Then in pi t plus 2, it should be 2%. Similarly, in pi t plus 3, it should be 2% because it goes up by 2% every year. So this would be plus 2%, and this would also be plus 2%, right? So in this way, we can find inflation in year t plus 1, and year t plus 2, year t plus 2. The main thing was over here that you write your, if we go back, so the main thing here was that you write your Phillips curve equation. Right, so you write the equation of the Phillips curve, and then obviously we're here because we know UT is kept at 4%, human is 5% forever, so you can simplify this, and from here we see that inflation increases by 2 percentage points